Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm really hoping that the stream overlay looks a little bit better. I did some work to fix the chat window. I made sure that my microphone isn't muted this time. And let's see, what else did I do? Who cares? By the way, a while back, I was talking about doing exercises in like the very middle of like a 5-hour long stream, and I actually got a surprisingly large number of comments from people giving me recommendations on how to improve my workout routine and things like that. And I just want to say this at the beginning of the video, so if you guys are watching, you don't have to watch 5 hours of Fire Emblem content to find 30 seconds of information about exercise or fitness. But if anyone has suggestions for exercises that I can add to my routine, specifically for my legs, and which are not going to put too much strain on my legs or my knees specifically. I have very weak knees, and I want to find exercises that I can do for my legs, so I don't have to keep skipping leg day without damaging my knees. That's just what I wanted to say. Hello, Garrett Strife. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Submail. Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing today? I should have started a poll. Oh, I have a good one. We're going to be getting the wedding bouquet soon. Oh, I almost typed best bridge. I'll include Lucina for the freaks who like Lucina. For you absolute creeps, I'll put Lucina on the poll so you have someone to vote for. Who should the fourth one be? Hello, Nave Skitty. Hello, Night Cavalier 48. Hello, Emerin Rose. Welcome to the stream. You love my videos. Good luck with leg day. Thank you. I have to stop skipping leg day. Thanks for the comments as well. I'm trying to think of a fourth option for the best bride. Let's see. What do we got? I'm gonna look at the character list now, and then I'll look again at chat to see if you guys have any good suggestions. Tempted to include TV. Let's go with that. I didn't see anyone in chat say anything yet. There might be a slight delay on the chat. And in fact, I don't see the chat window appearing at all, which is a bad sign. That is typically a very bad sign if the chat window does not show up. Yeah, Tharia. Oh my god, you guys got me to say Tharia. Sorry, Saria is the best bride. For sure. Oh, hold on a second. I see something, but it's like tough. It's difficult to read. I think the messages are like not coming up. Have I done something with my microphone setup? My voice is pretty quiet compared to the game, and there's quite a bit of static buzz. Okay, hold on a second. This might be what's causing the buzz. Let me move this really quick. If that's not it, then we might be in trouble. As for changing my setup, yes, I completely changed my setup 2 weeks ago. I've been slowly rebuilding everything from scratch and trying to fix it. So if it's still not great, then it is what it is. Also, just the other day, my audio on my laptop completely reworked itself, and it's totally different from how it used to be. So I have to rebalance the audio now too. Okay, so for some reason, on my screen, like on OBS, I absolutely see the chat window and everything. But when I'm looking at the stream archive, like in my browser on my other computer, I can't see it. Oh, and there it is. It's finally showing up now. It's not very easy to read though. It's actually quite difficult to read. Yeah, I do squats sometimes, but I skip them a lot because of my knees. That's what I'm looking for, other suggestions. There's no change to the background noise. Okay, is anyone else hearing a buzzing sound, or am I just getting trolled? Let me know. I mean, there's not particularly a lot I can do about it right now. other than sitting here and messing around with the audio for 30 minutes instead of playing the game. So it's a lose-lose situation. I've dealt with stream audio issues in the past too. They happen all the time. It's just part of being a streamer. Alright, so we're going to be looking at Smash Brethren 2. I turned the game audio down though, so that at least will help. The buzzing sound, I don't know what would be causing a buzzing sound. I haven't really changed anything in regards to that. There's only one thing that I thought it might be, but apparently it's not that, so I'm not sure. Anyway. This is Smash Brethren 2. This is the DLC chapter that you can do in order to unlock the Wedding Bouquet, which allows you to change any female character's class into Bride. And I believe it's based on the final chapter, or like one of the endgame chapters in Fire Emblem 7. The Blazing Blade. Where they have like all the heroes that come out of these doors. You have like these 4 chambers that are filled with enemies. They're not heroes, they're like resurrected corpses from earlier on in the story. Like some of the strongest characters. I can't remember exactly what they are. They might be legendary heroes. Anyway, this is like a weird variant of that. You got the boss up here on the stairs, which is Roy, for some reason, instead of a Fire Emblem 7 character. And then we have these green units with us. They're supposed to help you clear the chapter. And then there's just like a bunch of red units everywhere. The funny thing is the red units are actually like down here, where the blue units would typically be. I guess this is supposed to be the... Okay, so this is supposed to be the endgame squad. We have Eliwood as a paladin. Innis the sniper, which, again, this is an FE8 character. Lou... What is Lou from? He's from FE6. Marissa is here. Nino's here. She's a sage. She made it to sage. We got Shauna. Cecilia. FE6 again. Jafar. There we go. There's an FE7 character. And then Leon is here too. Sure, why not? This is a little bit scary. You gotta put some characters over here who can actually keep themselves alive, because otherwise they're gonna get killed by these red units pretty fast. I guess the way I would suggest tackling this chapter is to take all of your characters and just start moving them down and towards the center. Consolidate all of your forces down here, wipe out the enemies at the bottom, and then make your way back up to the top of the map. Now let me look at chat again. Does my mic have a pop filter? Yes. It's a dull static. It's not bad by any means, but it's hard to hear me over that in the game audio. It's a little bit better now. Really, it's so loud you can barely hear my voice. That's crazy. I don't know what would have changed. Like I said, I didn't change anything in terms of like hardware. Like I didn't change my microphone or anything like that. Let me try one thing really quick. Okay, let me know if anything is changing. The only thing I think it could possibly be is like maybe my fan, like maybe the microphone is picking up my fan in the background, like the sound of my fan. It didn't really ever used to do that though, or not to this extent, not to the extent that I've ever had. Well, I mean, not in the last like 10 months. I haven't had anyone complaining about a buzzing sound in chat. The last time was like literally it was like a year ago. The buzzing is gone. The static noise is gone. Okay, cool. That's better. Awesome. So it wasn't as difficult to fix as I thought. Congrats on getting married. Not anytime soon, I don't think. What equipment do I have on hand? I mean, technically, there's a gym like 2 blocks away, but I'm not going to be walking there in the winter. For most runs, you buy an Uber avatar and solo these so I can use the DLC items in normal runs. Outside of that, you find you're completed so late that they're basically an afterthought. That's one of the issues that I have with, this is a complete unrelated tangent, but that's actually one of the issues I have with Stardew Valley. Most of the best features in the game that make the game easier and more fun to play take so much time and effort to unlock that by the time you get them, they just don't matter anymore. Like you would have wanted them before you went through all of the effort that it took to unlock them. It's definitely a pitfall in game design, although Concerned Ape has made millions of dollars, so What do I know? Have I tried yoga? No, not really. I could try. Everyone is saying the buzzing has stopped. That is fantastic news. Alright. Let's see who we're bringing with us into battle. Same units as last time. Okay, so let's just organize our characters. We definitely don't want Na over here by herself. For characters that we're going to put over there, we can't use Sumia because she has to be with Chrom. So let's do Robin and Saria. That keeps Morgan up here too. Cynthia up here isn't great because we want her with Lucina. So let's put those two over here. And then... I don't know who would go up there alone. There's not really a great character to go up there alone. I'm just going to put Morgan up there. And then, isn't there a character... Yeah, here... No, here's Noir. I thought there was a male character that I was bringing. Where's Brady? Does anyone see Brady? He should be around here somewhere. I don't think I cut him. Brady, where are you, Brady? I honestly, I strongly dislike, like, this thing where they add a bunch of green units. Oh, actually, a couple of my units did get cut. Okay, hold on, let me get rid of Morgan, let me add Owain. Yeah, I strongly dislike how in the DLC maps, they add a bunch of green units to your team. It is so annoying. I can't see where my units are because they blend together with the green units. Alright, you go here. How far can you... Oh my god, that's so far away from everyone else. Why would they put a character over there? Nonsense. Nonsense. Alright. Got some ideas. Let me put Lonku up here. Noe over here. Wayne and Na are going to be together. You two are going to... I mean, honestly, I need you two over here. So let me put these two in the corner, I guess. And then who did I put over here? Noir by herself? She cannot fight by herself. I don't know what to do. They're splitting my units up in a way that just doesn't allow me to function. I can't have her over here. She's going to get trapped and killed. Alright, let me put Brady... Where's Brady? Oh my god, where is Brady? So freaking annoying. Even when they're not causing problems and like running around stealing objectives and getting themselves killed, green units, even before the battle starts, green units are just the most annoying thing in Fire Emblem. Make them like orange or something so they don't blend in with my characters. Alright, Severa, just, I don't know. I mean, there's really no character who can be over here safely. There's not a single one. Alright, we'll try this configuration. If it doesn't work, we'll just do a reset. What are the stats like on these enemies? Okay, they're not capped. So this should be like a reasonable encounter that we can fight and not get overwhelmed. Yeah, even the boss isn't capped. Alright, let's get into it. You've been doing cycling a lot, but you had an exercise bike in the shed out back. Squats, stretches, jogging in place, yoga are all options with no gym equipment. I definitely cannot do an exercise bike. Any biking of any kind, I'll bike for like 2 minutes and then like my knees hurt so bad I have to stop immediately. Alright, sorry for the crash out about the green units. Let's actually get focused on the game now. Look at this, man. They're covering the entire map. Where do I go? Where can I stand? There's no safe place for my characters to go. Alright, Robin, Saria. I don't see any counter. That's great. That gives me a lot of leeway here. What? Who's covering all this territory? Oh, it's like the paladins and stuff. Alright, I'm gonna need Lucina and Cynthia to do a lot of work. Let me find which characters have like the highest range. He's covering a lot of territory. He's covering a lot of territory. He's really not. She's really not. He's not. She's not, sorry. These ones are not covering too much territory. This one is covering a lot. This one is like fine. These ones are like fine. I can pretty much ignore them. I'm gonna find the enemies that I can pretty much ignore, and then I'm gonna see if I can just find a way to eliminate the others. These two are actually both pretty bad. This is actually pretty bad too. This has gotta be nasty. Yeah, that's reaching far. This is actually pretty far though too. Honestly, like all the ones at the bottom are pretty bad. Look at how much range they cover. Oh my god. Pretty much every character at the bottom is like an absolute menace to society. These ones are not that bad at all. These two are kind of bad. Okay, if I can somehow get rid of all of these enemies, I'll have a little bit of safe territory to stand, but it's really not that much. Where did I put Brady? Up here. Can I use him to rescue someone to safety? I'm sure I can. Alright, who do we want Lucina to hit? I like the fact that I'm not seeing anyone with counter. You go up here. Take out this enemy. That guy has way too much territory. Hello, Sophis. Welcome to the stream. Have I tried the Thaves overwritten mod for this game? I don't really play modded games that much. Especially not, like, Fire Emblem hacks. I feel a lot of hacks just kind of, like, go overboard. And they just change the game in ways that... Like, the base game is so interesting to me. I've been playing it for hundreds and hundreds of hours. Like, I just don't need to play, like, a different version of it. Especially not, like, someone else's idea of, like, rebalancing. And I know it's ironic for me to say that, especially because I've been working on my Fire Emblem 6 hack, but it is what it is. Bride gives really nice support skills. Yeah, that's true. Cordelia versus Saria basically boils down to what you care about more, Beaufair or Lancefair. Oh, I thought you were going to say something like... about their personalities. You're talking about their support sets. Clearly Lucina is the best bride because not really realizing Lucina has the same condition as her father and only passes down Aether is peak gameplay. Now my Morgan has Aether and Soul. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done like a pairing with Lucina before. I don't think I ever would. I'll leave that one for the freaks. Alright. Goodness knows. Alright. Rex Caliber, Silver Lance, Killing Edge. Can she realistically take all of these attacks? That's a lot of damage. 52, 41, 53. That's 146 damage. We're going to pair these two up. And she is going to take... She's going to take 54 damage. She actually takes all of these attacks. So if I just have Saria stand right here, she will be completely fine. In fact, I could even have her take an additional attack, depending on how bad it is. She can't take another 23 damage. I might need to back her up out of this guy's range. In fact, let me make sure that nothing else reaches her. Alright, so if we back her up one space, she'll be fine. The only problem is if she gets crit, but I don't have a great way to play around that, so if she gets crit, I'll just reset. Alright, let's use Thoron, because I really want to get kills here. And a Silver Sword. God, I don't know, they both have really high avoid. Alright, screw it, let's just do this. So those two are going to be fine there. We don't necessarily need to worry about removing anything else at the bottom. We just need to stay out of their range and not get killed. Problem is, Severa really doesn't have any great places to go. I could potentially have her run over here. Oh my god. Yeah, not there. She doesn't have any good options. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna have her, I guess, turtle in the corner for now. The on-screen chat is rather purple. Yeah, the chat ended up looking really bad. Let me just go back to the other one that's not transparent. We're gonna have to just deal with it. We're just gonna have to deal with it not being transparent. Because it doesn't, the background that I picked doesn't look very good, and I don't have time to make another one while we're streaming. Yeah, there you go. There's your ugly. This is like the chat window background that someone has when you can tell they've been streaming for like 2 months or less, and they don't know how to like do the chat overlay. But that's me, like right now still, after years of streaming. I've said this before, I was talking about it during the Lunatic plus Iron Man streams, but like I don't really enjoy the aspect of streaming where it's like you have to like learn how to be a streamer. I just want to play video games. Like that's what I'm trying to do. I just want to play video games. That's the goal I'm trying to accomplish. And it just so happens that I guess some people find it interesting enough to come and watch me play. Alright. Well, no matter which direction I go, you're going to be pairing up with her. So we have a couple of options for characters to eliminate, and there's a lot of ones that I want to eliminate. You would be pretty good, but you have Aegis. If I go this way, I could get rid of this. I could get rid of Nino sooner rather than later. I could also get rid of you. You're covering... Well, I think Nino has a... Yeah, Nino's covering more territory. Let me see if I can get rid of Nino, especially because I have a high resistance stat. Beautiful. This looks great. And it's a guaranteed kill, too. I'd love to see that. I could potentially even leave her within range... Oh, crap, I forgot to... Hold on a second. Before we start, let's use a promotion item on her so we're not wasting her experience gains. She's already at level 20. You guys are recommending hacks. I mean, I'm familiar with Thebes, I just haven't played it yet. And I'm not, like, super interested in playing it. I mean, maybe I will at some point. It's just not really, like, my niche. It's just not, like, I'm not that streamer. Alright, I need some second seals. Right, let's go back to the map, I guess. Then we're gonna have to reorganize our positions. Sorry about that, guys. I like how every single one of these DLC streams so far has started with me having to reset the chapter right away. I can buy them here. I'm gonna have to sell some more stuff. I don't have any money. Doing the DLC is like expensive. Unless you actually like use the gold grinding DLC, it's actually pretty expensive to find like the money that you need to buy weapons to fight the enemies in the DLC. Honestly, I'm pretty tempted to sell these Fortify stabs. I never use them for anything. I'm gonna sell one of them. I picked up an item, a sword. Where is it? B rank. I could have sworn I picked up a sword. I'm not seeing it. It wasn't Selif's blade. I thought it was Alm's blade, but I'm not seeing it now. Oh, I did buy a Brave Axe too, because there was one on sale right before the stream started. That might be why my money's a little bit lower. But still, I mean, it's just you run out of money so fast trying to fund all this stuff. All right, I'm gonna need a few second seals. So let me just sell. The talismans are kind of useful. I'm actually gonna sell the Draco shields. I think these talismans are more useful. I need more money still. What else can I sell? Do I really need this many elixirs, or do I even need any? Alright. Buy 2 second seals, at least. I'm probably gonna need more like sooner rather than later. Some of the best fun in gaming you've ever had is having a group of friends playing a game that's really stupid. Whenever someone dies, you just pass the controller on. It seems pretty fun. It's kind of like just old school, like couch co-op. Alright, let's go back to what we were doing. Smash Brethren 2. 23 minutes later. Hey guys, this is Smash Brethren 2. This is the DLC where you can get the wedding bouquet. You can use it to change any character or any female character into a bride. Alright, let's reorganize our units again. Reorganize our units again. Oh, that's not one of my characters. That's a stupid green unit. That's what we like to call a green unit. I need Lucino over here for sure. Alright, let me think about who I'm gonna leave down. You know what, I can just leave Noir down here. No, Severa is better. Leave Severa down here. We needed, who was it? Brady and... Sorry, Owain. Why do I keep calling him Brady? It's because I made him into a sage. I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have. I really should not have made him into a sage because I just keep calling him Brady. And I'm never gonna stop. It's so stupid. Okay, we should be fine. This is good enough. Alright, now we're gonna use second seals on the characters who need them, which you desperately need one. We're just gonna keep you in Dark Flyer, honestly. But we have to reset your level. The green units are useful when they distract the enemies, I guess so, but then they're just stealing experience. You want an Arms Thrift Nosferatu tank if you want to economically clear the DLC. I mean, ideally they would just make it so you could get like some, like, so that characters in the DLC would just drop items that are worth money, but I guess nobody at Intelligent Systems considered that idea. Not one person thought it might be a good idea. Alright, this should be fine. I'm gonna need a Master, oh my god, I'm gonna need a Master Seal soon too. Why do they not drop items? I don't, why would they just make them not drop items? Someone explain it, please. What's the logic? It's because they want you to also buy the stupid Golden Gaff DLC. Alright, you two here. You here. Nope. Silver Sword. Switch. Items. What did we use again? Thoron or Arc Thunder? I'll use Arc Thunder. I don't think I'm gonna need Thoron. And I don't feel like breaking out my calculator. Alright, you two, come down here. You're gonna kill Nino. Guaranteed kill. Yeah, we need to start saving money. Perfect. Now you can retreat back to safety, or I can leave them in range of an enemy that I want them to fight. So let's figure out if we can find a way to do that. Next up, I'm gonna actually see about this pair here. I wanted them to use the Beast Killer on this guy. Percival, get rid of Percival. We're using Brady instead of Emery today. No, we're using Owain. I keep calling him Brady. Okay, now who should Lucina take care of? I almost want to get Lucina over here. Let's start seeing what kind of safe territory we currently have and how we can add the most amount of safe ground to the center. I think that's a good way to think about this. So right now we have a very small island in the middle. Where are the characters who are like chipping away at that island? I want to leave Shauna alive. So the next set would be over here. It's you, yeah, Florina, but I cannot get all the way over there, I don't think. Well, I have one way I could get over there. I have one idea. So it would be something like this. You go here. I can guarantee this kill. Nice. Then you would go here. Pick up this kill. Beautifully done. Now we can have Owain rescue them to safety. I don't have any other rescue staff users for some reason. Oh my god, he rescues the green units too. That's so helpful. Not at all. It's just a huge distraction. Alright, here we go. I maybe actually should have rescued them down one square to fight against Ray. That would have been even better. Yeah, I could have actually had them fight Ray this turn. Oh well. No big deal. Alright, let me see if I can get Lonku to fight someone. I guess it would be you? Okay. Well, what about Noe then? Beast Killer. Okay, so I want Noe here with the Beast Killer. Lonku's gonna pair up with her. He's uses Killing Edge for the first time in a while. That should prevent her from getting doubled. Actually, maybe not. That's 28 speed versus... I think she still gets doubled. My god. What a slow character. Alright, who do I have left to move? Oh, you're one of my units, apparently. Would be really nice if they didn't look the exact same as the green units. You're not doing anything this turn. I'm never going to stop complaining about these green units. Very annoying to me. So we can set up something where like Noir could fight a character, but I don't see anyone who like only has 2 range, or like a tile that's only targeted by a 2 range character. Maybe she can fight Ray, but if she does, she has to fight him alone. He's got 25 speed. She has 35 speed. Okay, she'll be fine if we put her here. Even if it's just for the sake of damaging. Okay, and then how about you? Okay, your range overlaps with someone. I'm assuming it's probably... Who would it even be? Blue? No, it's someone over here. Colonel. He's got Astra, Luna. I don't really want to enemy face him. But I want Saria to fight these 3. Well, maybe I have them fight Jafar. Nope. Wherever he's going, he overlaps with someone. God, they just have so much overlapping range. There's just nothing you can do. Okay, let's go over here. This might be a mistake, but let's see if it works out. Without rescuing green units, you wouldn't be able to save any merchants from Risen, so it's a pretty cool mechanic. I mean, it's useful in the maps where the green units are actually meaningful. In these maps, the green units are literally just clutter. They exist for one reason, and it's just to be as annoying as possible. I guess, oh my god, see what I mean? Like, I wanted to kill Jafar, and now instead, oh my god, and they're not, oh my god. Instead of attacking my units, they're attacking the green units, which means there's going to be even more red characters to deal with next turn. Like, all they're doing is making it so there's going to be more red units for me to deal with next turn. That's the only thing they're accomplishing. They're not helping in any way whatsoever. Yeah, we got doubled there. Oh, we could have actually gotten killed. Man, Seth is crazy. I don't think we can beat this. Not the way we're doing it. We're gonna have to completely change our strategy if we're gonna win. The biggest crash out I've ever had in like the last 10 months on stream. And it's not even from anything bad happening, it's just from having to deal with the mild annoyance of green units being in the same battle as me. That's funny, Titania has counter. Especially because it's a male exclusive skill. Alright, cool. Let's try to make sense of the complete nonsense that's happening on screen now. How in the world do we get our army back together when there's just a bunch of green units all over the place screwing everything up and taking my enemy phase attacks that I'm trying to take? How do we fix this issue? Well, we're certainly not going to attack Innis. Parallel Falchion. I would love it if you would trigger Aether, which you just did. I definitely just almost got Noe killed, by the way. Yeah, that second attack would have killed her, for sure. She would have taken another 34 damage and died. Based. Alright, is there any chance that Lucina could kill this guy? Because we definitely need to kill him. The answer might surprise you. It would require a dual strike. It would require a dual strike of some kind. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed that Sumi is stuck in the corner and she can't do anything now. I guess I'll attack someone over the wall. Maybe here. My god. We're doing like no damage. What in the world do I do? And if I attack here, I'm attacking into a bow. If I attack here, I'm attacking into a bow. Oh, this is a red unit. I almost feel like Sumiya can't do anything this turn. She can take this attack. If we get a dual strike, maybe we kill. 27. No. 20 damage. Plus 26. is 46. That's not enough. I have to use Arcwind here. I need to use Celica's Gale here and just like pray for dual strikes. And that's not it. I mean, I survive anyway. Even if I got hit, I would still survive. Okay, that's opening up some territory for us. Unfortunately, these two characters did the dumbest possible thing and forced me into a very idiotic situation that I'm very unhappy about. The problem is if I don't use Nosferatu, I could actually die here. Or you just get a crit. Green units, Garrett Strife says green units make me mad. Yeah, they make me mad too, as you can tell. Saving the Severa Paralog would be really annoying without rescue. Good morning, Mr. Bushranger. Snow warning. When you're a master tactician, but half of the enemy's enemies are not under your control. Green units are like, you know the phrase, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Green units are like the allies that are somehow like the allies of your enemies. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they might as well be red units. Like, they just don't accomplish anything of value other than just being as annoying as possible. I'm gonna say it again. Can Longku fight this guy? Yes. Okay, let's do it this way. We're gonna back Longku up into the corner, I guess. Let's stay out of this guy's range. So we need to, I'm sorry, it's Amelia. Let's stay out of her range, this girl's range. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna put Longku here, and he's gonna bait in attacks from the Beast Killer without getting doubled or killed by Seth. Seth is really strong. I like that they made Seth really strong even in this, because he should be. Alright, let's start chipping away now at these characters. So, can Lucina get you? Because if so, that would be fantastic. Yes. Okay, let's do this. This is very important. We need to get rid of you as soon as possible. Alright, now technically we could fight one more, or we can just reposition to be in a good spot to fight someone that we want to fight. Fortunately, these characters cover a lot of territory. We want to be out of Leon's range. I feel like we're going to have to use another rescue staff no matter what we do. So let's think about who we would use it on and where we would send them. I honestly think getting rid of Leon is very important. So what I'm considering is doing this. Either this, if we can do it safely. Fortunately, oh, hold on, we can get it with the Silver Lance. We would need dual strikes. I mean, we're likely to get them, but it's still, this is kind of scary, especially with Vengeance in play. We take 33 plus 30, so at most we would take 66 damage. That's assuming we get hit. He has a 10% chance to hit us. I'm gonna send this. Yeah, you clone. Alright, I'm gonna pray that I can actually reach them now. I cannot. Well, I can get them to this tile. In which case they'll get attacked by a crap load of enemies. Not really. They'll get attacked by one person. I mean, I have to do it, so just do it. Yeah, Na's not getting any training on this map. I shouldn't be sending my training characters into these maps. I need to send my actual squad. My training characters are basically just standing here doing nothing. Can I take a hit from that Killing Edge? Probably not. 50 damage? Yeah, no chance. Especially not if she procs Astra. We can move closer to the battle, though. Alright, who hasn't moved yet? We need to be careful. We need to actually move them to safety because we don't have any other rescue staffs available. Can they take a hit from this Astra? That's a good question. The answer is sort of. They're gonna take 47 damage. They would take more on a crit, but it would be 5 chances to crit. Sure. I need to kill these. I need to kill these red units. Oh, this is a problem actually. There's nowhere that Noir can go. I did not think this through. There's actually nowhere that Noir can go. I can get over here. I mean, this is the only thing I can do, so I'm gonna do it. The good thing is they do seem to prefer attacking the green units. That might keep Noir alive. If not, we're doing another reset. And I'm gonna bench my training characters and send my actual characters into battle. Because the training characters aren't helping me, and actually keeping them alive is a liability. I'm actually not even sure we're gonna be able to win from here. Pretty much all of our characters are trapped, like alone, isolated in spots where they can't survive. Let's go, Ike. Yeah, like pretty much every one of my characters is trapped alone in a spot where they can't survive. Other than like Saria and Robin, they'll be fine, but everyone else is kind of screwed. Dude, Ike is kind of going crazy over here. Alright, how would I get all of my characters to safety now? I need to find a way to get Lonku into a spot where he'll actually be safe. Maybe if I get Lonku over here, I have him attack Roy, and then I rescue him. I got 2 chances to proc lethality here. Didn't get it, but I got 2 dual strikes. Okay, so if I rescue them to safety and kill these 2 units, I think I'll be okay. I don't even necessarily need to kill Amelia because Ike is kind of holding down. Well, I don't know. Ike's probably going to go down pretty soon. Problem is these 2 as well. They're way out of position. Can I get them all the way up there to help everyone else? Maybe. Maybe. And then I can worry about Zephiel later. Be careful, don't ignore this character. Alright, so let me see if I can leapfrog these 2 characters up there. I don't want to mess with Miracle because if Miracle procs, I'm going to lose my Gale Force. Hello, Toast the Panini. Welcome to the stream. Marissa, what a meme. Crimson Flash. I guess she's fast, so she doubles, but then what? She does no damage. Yeah, they included a lot of meme units on here. I don't know if you saw Nino earlier. She died already. The wedding's canceled. I mean, we still got some luck. I mean, we still have some chance of winning here. All right, you 2 start moving this way. No healing items, huh? That was a decision. Not sure what I was thinking about when I came up with that idea. All right, so if can this pair actually kill Amelia? Not really, because I doubt Grom's gonna deal any damage to her. Grom doesn't have like very many damage stacking skills. We do have Bowfair, which is helping a little bit, but not that much. Okay, so who can they actually kill? The problem is we need someone to kill La Rochelle, because we do not want to deal with that Bolt Axe. So we need you guys to deal with her then. So you would go here. Yeah, this works. Okay. Okay. Now, technically, we can have them run out, kill someone, and then run back to safety. Javelin is enough. Alright, now don't forget I have to rescue Lonku. So let me do that before anything else. Can I get him up here? It'd be fantastic if I can. Okay. I'm just going to pull him all the way into the corner. That way I don't have to worry about anything else. We're starting to consolidate our units. That's going to make the next few turns not feel as bad. For a second I felt like we had no way of winning this, but now it doesn't feel too bad. Because all of our units are finally back together in one space. There's not green units causing the red characters to spread out and like fly all over the map and behave chaotically and unpredictably. And we've killed enough enemies that we're not getting overrun anymore. What is her magic stat? It's pretty high, actually. Alright, I need someone who can block Amelia. They don't necessarily need to be able to beat Amelia, I just need them to block Amelia. You can do it. This is just in case someone else kills Ike. If someone kills Ike and then Amelia can get through there, I need someone to be standing in that position. That's gonna be you. Oh, you can't rally for the green units. That's fantastic. Alright. That's fine. We should be okay this turn. Goodbye, Joffrey. Goodbye, Lucia. Alright, let's see how much longer Ike can last. Nice, dude. Ike is holding this position. Look at him go. Oh, he killed himself. Alright, so now we are in danger of this spot getting opened up if we don't, like, remove the enemies who are immediately in front of us right now. There is another problem, too. Is it just waste? Okay, what does waste do again? Is that the one that strikes twice? Strike twice. Okay, so he's gonna hit me twice for 53 damage. I'm also very concerned that Ephraim will be able to reach me too. I think Saria is in very considerable danger. If I stand here and I use Nosferatu, I might be able to make it through this. Depending on what order the enemies attack her. The problem is, Severa has like no safe place to go. She can go over here. Okay, and then next turn I'll rescue her if I have to. Now we can start chipping away at these characters and trying to get back out of here. Is there any possible way where she damages or kills anything? No, she can't even damage anything. Yeah, bringing Nog here was pointless. I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of Amelia. She's like impenetrable. Alright, you two here. Take out Eliwood. Get some free healing. You here. Ball Flame. Take out Amelia. Alright, we've got a lot of safe territory now. I'm going to run down here. If Miracle procs, I'll be in trouble. But dual strikes play around Miracle. I'm very tempted to go after Nergal, but I think Saria can handle him. Okay, let me see which of these two, Sumia and Crump, can actually kill reliably. Probably not Sarah, but my other two actually can't reach her, so I guess it has to be Sarah. Or what if we do something like this? You guys can just enemy phase against Sarah. Although the Bolt Axe, I think... Is the Bolt Axe 1-2 range in this game? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Okay, that's fine. They just won't be able to counter this turn. Or we could even do this. I'd really rather not waste Fall Flame on this. Okay, so what I can do is this. No, because if I trade her to a bow, Sarah's just gonna attack at one range anyway, so it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, she's just gonna attack Lucina and she's not gonna get counterattacked. So let me just go over here to get ready for next turn. I'd really like to not waste Fall Flame charges on this. Let's just take, I guess, I don't know, walking on out. Alright. Lonku and Noe. Get them ready for combat. They like to attack Sumia, interesting. Rather than attacking Lucina, who cannot counterattack against them, they prefer to attack Sumia, who can counterattack against them. Well, they do prioritize dealing damage. I guess I'm just surprised that she deals more damage to Sumia than she does to Lucina. 32 res? No, that's totally wrong. There's no reason why she should have attacked Sumia there. I don't know. Well, there's only one enemy left, so we're finally in a good position. It is Zephiel. It's not going to be a walk in the park to get rid of him. But we are no longer in a position where I'm worried about beating the map. Oh, the wedding is canceled because I killed the bride, Erica. I see what you're saying. Hello, Jex Thomas. Welcome to the stream. You just saw the poll. You've never heard of bride class Tiki, but when thinking about it, it doesn't sound too bad. It's kind of funny because when I made the poll, I was not even... I mean, obviously we're talking about, gameplay stuff here, but I really wasn't thinking of gameplay at all. I was just seeing, what characters, like in terms of characterization, people wanted to vote for. So it's very funny how most of the replies so far have been people talking about game mechanics. Alright. Well, Noir can definitely get some free experience just by attacking here. Because she would have to be able to deal damage, which she cannot do. Okay. Well, what about this? Hammer, pair up, steel bow. We fish for hammer dual strikes and lethality procs. Wow, the hammer's only dealing 8 damage. We might be in trouble here. I guess Owain, maybe? Owain is doing nothing. Dude, this guy is a tank. I'm a little scared now because, well, I mean, he can't kill Lonku in one attack. So, I can still have my other characters kind of move in and attack as well. And then I only need to rescue if I end up with a character who's, like, incapable of surviving. Can you do, like, any damage? Yeah, you can deal damage. Okay. And this gives you a chance to proc Aether as well. Which would be great here, because he has a lot of defense, so those Aether hits are dealing... We're getting a lot of damage from Aether, or specifically from Luna. Against enemies with high defense, Luna becomes significantly better. We'll add Erica to our team. Oh wait, hold on. Does Erica look a fool? No? Why is she asking me all these questions? Would you trust a friend who's changed? Sure. Most of the other DLC items, they just give you the item. They don't have like a huge conversation with you about it. Okay, we'll recruit Erica, and we'll add the wedding bouquet to our inventory. Now we can give the bouquet to anyone that we want. Who would we want to give it to? I mean, it would definitely be maybe not as like an alternative to Trickster, but the problem is we actually want her to have swords. We want her to have swords. And staves. Or swords. What does Trickster have in this game? It's swords and staves, yeah. Let me find Anna. Yeah, swords and staves. We actually want her to have swords and staves. And the Trickster pair of stat lines, so we're just going to put her into Trickster anyway. And Trickster also has higher speed caps than Bride. Honestly, Bride and Dreadfighter are basically good, like, mid-game classes, or even especially early-game classes, because they don't have the same stat caps as promoted classes. They are better than base classes, but when you get to the end, you want to switch into promoted classes anyway. It's like the Sacrifice Amaranth choice that doesn't matter. Yeah, there's a lot of choices that don't really matter. Hello, Casey Cat. Welcome to the stream. Oh, he has Conquest. That's why the hammer wasn't dealing effective damage. That makes sense. Good observation. Whenever I'm doing stuff like this, like when I'm doing like real, like, you know, challenging Lunatic plus no grind content, I'm a lot more focused on the game and I pay more attention. But whenever I'm doing something where the stakes are very low, I just, like, my ability to play the game becomes significantly worse because the stakes are very low, so I don't focus as much, which causes me to make mistakes or just miss obvious things. Anyway, we need to use that other second seal that we bought. I'm thinking of getting out of Bow Knight, but I don't know. What would I... Oops, not wedding bouquet. Second seal. What would I go into? Great Lord, no. Paladin, maybe, but then I'd lose my bows. What else do I have that allows me to keep bow? Only sniper? I mean, I can make a really good argument for sniper. I would lose the parallel falchion I would lose the parallel falchion, but I would gain longbow access, and I would eventually get bow fair, which is going to be her best damage dealing skill. Yeah, I'm thinking of going sniper. Let me see if there's any reason. So the one reason why I would keep her in Bow Knight is so that Cynthia can get speed and movement. She doesn't really need speed. Movement is good, but she has a lot of movement already. Like, the difference between 8 and 9 is not that big. I think I'm going to go sniper here. Wait, do I have Bowfair already? Or is that something else? Oh, Bow Breaker, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go sniper until I get Bowfair. And probably stay in sniper. Gale Force snipers are awesome. And even though her speed isn't fantastic, her partner is a Falcon Knight, so she's getting a lot of speed from her partner. Ooh, cool, Sniper Lucina. She looks very similar to Sniper Crom. Like her armor set. Gameplay-wise, which characters do you think are the Bride class? I think Noe really appreciates Bride because she doesn't have a lot of great classes naturally. Same with like Pan, but Pan's magic isn't as good. Saria is pretty good in Bride because you can bring Hex and Anathema over, and then you have like a bunch of support skills, and it allows you to make her into a staff user instead of an attacker as well, which is good. Any character that you want to make into like a bow staff, like honestly, the fact that Bride has bows and staves makes it a great class to be in for like pretty much any character who can get into it and who wants to use staves, because bows and staves are like, individually bows are really good in this game, individually staves are really good in this game. Getting into any class that gives access to either bows or staves is usually great, and because Bride has both of those things, it's really good. It's just the only problem is the stat caps, so eventually they want to go out of Bride and back into something else, like either Trickster or Sniper or something else. But as like an early to mid game utility, and even into the late game, really, you can definitely make an argument for making like almost any female character into a Bride. And then lances are good too, because if you need to fight something at one range, you can switch over to a lance instead of being stuck with like only bows. Yeah, now we have 3 longbow users. Significantly better than what we had before, which was only 1, and it was actually Crom is like our weakest longbow user. And I guess now Noir is our weakest longbow user. But in her defense, she hasn't leveled up as much. Do you guys want to get some levels onto like Noir, Na, and Wayne so we can actually use them? Or would you rather we just stick to our and Morgan as well? Or would you rather we just stick to like our established characters and just use the characters that can actually beat these chapters? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there is absolutely no way like my second string like bench characters can do any work in Smash Brethren 3. Because it's even harder, the next Smash Brethren chapter is even harder than the one that we just did. So if we could barely beat that one, like there's no way we're gonna be taking like, there's no way we're gonna be training Na by bringing her into another chapter that's even harder. And we need to bring multiple staff users because we're gonna need rescue stabs charges. It's Bolance staff, yeah, tricky. I agree, Noe is good in Bride. Sniper Lucina looks cool. Hey Duke Nuka. I'll show you guys. I honestly think Golden Gaff is like just as good, if not better, than Exponential Growth for grinding because you're also getting gold while you're grinding. You think it's too late for characters who aren't good yet? I mean, unless, like I said, unless we grind them, which is, I just feel like, that's what we're gonna have to do at this point. So, Noir, Na, Owain, Morgan. And then, like, honestly, like, Robin actually needs some grinding too. Who else is like, I mean, Noe, she's badly in need of speed. Where are my characters who, like, don't have cap stats yet? Severa. Lucina is, like, fine. Chrom and Sumia are, like, okay. They could definitely use more stats. How many spaces do I have? And then, like, is there anyone else who I would send? Like, a character that I don't normally use? We could actually start pairing our other characters, too, and, like, getting access to more paralogs. That could also be fun. This is more the kind of thing that I'm probably going to do off-stream, mostly. But I'll do it a little bit on-stream now, because we're at the point now where, like, no grind no longer has any meaning. We're not gonna be able to meaningfully, like, make our way through any of the remaining chapters without grinding our units. And if we do, it's just gonna take the grinding that we should be doing now and then just have to do it all at once later instead of doing like some of it now and then doing some of it later. We should just do it all at once, or we should just, yeah, we should do some of it now so that we can actually play the chapters and then do more grinding later if we need to, rather than just doing like a bunch of grinding later right before I have to do Apotheosis. Anyway, I mean, I guess it's, I don't really see another character who needs it, so I'll just send Emerin. So the reason why I like training in Golden Gaff more than I like training in Exponential Growth is because you still get experience from killing these enemies, but then you also get gold, which helps pay for your training, because otherwise training becomes very expensive, like, pretty fast. The shiny spots on these maps really suck. You usually just get, like, useless junk, or you mostly usually get, like, the stupid weapon rank one that does nothing. By the way, the enemies on these maps don't attack you, so you can just move forward as much as you want. The problem is they have pass and you do not have pass. So if you move too far forward, they can actually get behind you and then you get stuck like in the middle of a group of enemies. You can't do anything. I don't typically like go out of my way to super optimize my movements and attacks on these chapters. There's just not really much reason to do so. Let me try to kill enemies like, if I'm promoted, I want to kill a promoted enemy. Oh, that's a Dark Mage. I thought that was Sorcerer level 1. I'm so stupid. Oh well. She did level up. You think exploring new characters is more interesting during the main story when you don't grind? I mean, I agree, but we're done with the main story, so there's no... like, there's nothing else. There's no other meaning to doing no grind at this point other than just like patting myself on the back and like, telling myself that I'm awesome for playing no grind, which has no appeal or value to me at all. Alright, with Chrom's pair up you can actually get some experience here and earn a little bit more gold for us too. Like, we need gold. We literally need gold. We can't continue what we're doing without getting some gold to buy more supplies. And then on top of that, we have characters that, like, we don't have enough characters to build a full team. And in order to build a full team, we need to train our characters that are not fully trained. And in order to train our characters who are not fully trained, we have to grind them. It's just the only way to do it. We're at the end game. If you want to do post-game stuff, you have to grind. I wanted to test it out and see if I could do post-game stuff without grinding, and the answer is pretty much no. You pretty much have to grind if you want to do post-game stuff. You very quickly start hitting walls. Maybe if I did, like, maybe if I planned out this run better and like optimized my whole team from the beginning, I could have gotten to the point where I could play through, like, where I would have an end game team that was capable of doing post game stuff without grinding. But we didn't do that. We didn't plan out this run. It was mostly just a showcase of like how to play through each chapter. So we just don't have the resources for what you guys are asking me to do. 17. I'm just gonna take out one of these guys. At least you can get Lance rank from doing this. Oh, 99 experience. You hate to see that. She's faster.
Stay strong.
And then level 20 Trickster. Yeah, you also get to deploy more units in Golden Gap. That's a good point. She can probably take this. She can't guarantee the kill, but if I take Crom, I can pretty likely get it. In fact, what I could do is have Crom get some experience here. We could take that crit. And he doesn't even crit us. You think Arms Thrift and Despoil will become relevant if you wanted to do a no grind run through like the DLC and post game stuff? Yeah, maybe. But again, I literally do not see any value in doing that. Like, I would not feel any sense of accomplishment from doing that. I would just feel like I was wasting my own time. Whereas this just makes the whole process just go faster and easier. The campaign itself was balanced around the idea of no grind, although they do allow you to grind if you want to. But like the post game and DLC stuff was balanced with the idea that they thought you would be grinding. So to not grind just doesn't really make sense. Wayne's getting kind of strong too, by the way. This is going to give us the money that we need in order to actually be able to play the chapters that we're trying to play. If nothing else. Like, not only the levels, but just like the money. Like, we need the money. And doing Golden Gap just one time usually gets you enough money. And then this is getting like not to the point where we can use her as a character without just being a complete liability. Morgan, like Severa and Noir have been so far behind the rest of the team for the entire playthrough. It's actually kind of crazy. I'll finish this guy off. Like, they're never going to catch back up to the rest of the team the way we're using. The only thing that's going to happen is the enemies we're fighting are going to get more and more difficult. And they're going to become incapable of fighting anything. Which they're basically at that point already. They didn't fight one time in the entire last chapter. That's bad. Over here. Pair up with Robin, I guess. We can get some free staff experience. Really wish she would get to level 10 soon though. That's the one point where exponential growth is better. If you just like need a character to hit a certain level, you can just spam that exponential growth with that one character a few times, and they will reach it pretty fast. Alright, I think there's one enemy left. Oh nice, we can get the shiny spot too. Technically this crit does kill us, but it's very unlikely to happen. Nice. Now we can buy like the seals that we need because our characters are very rapidly hitting level 20. And we got a ton of gold. Yeah, I don't see the point of wasting hours of my time getting like arms thrift onto a character just so I can avoid not spending 30 seconds in the golden gaff. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Especially if you're making a distinction between like a playthrough, like so if I play through the entire playthrough and then I get to the end and then I want to start grinding, but if you're saying that I have to do an entire no grind playthrough just to prepare one unit with arms thrift and despoil so that I can buy second seals at the end of the game, like that's just such a insane idea. To have to play through the entire game just to get one unit ready for endgame. For not even endgame, but for post-game stuff. I just don't get it. I just don't see it. It's not the way that I would play the game.
What can I fix you with?
I'm not gonna need more than like 3 master. In fact, I probably only need like 1 or 2 master seals. But I'll need them later once I start pairing up my other characters. I do need a bunch of second seals.
I carry only the
It's kind of weird how second seals become way more valuable at the end. Okay. I can buy heal stabs so I don't run out. It's just like allowing me to buy equipment so that my weapons aren't constantly breaking.
What can I fix you with?
Just gonna buy 2 of everything. And then I have to go find the B rank tomes because they're actually not here. They're in like a weird spot. I don't remember where they are. I want ruin tomes too.
I carry only the finest.
Yeah, ruin tomes are really good. Wow, look at how much less of an annoyance inventory management has become. I have to find the B rank tomes. I know they're somewhere. Is this it? Or are these?
What can I fix
No,
you
I think these are the B rank ones. I'm looking for these are even the C rank ones. Where in the world are they? Here's our brave weapons, which by the way, we should buy 1 of each brave weapon
I
at
carry
least.
only the finest.
I know I have a brave axe and a brave bow already, so let me buy an extra brave lance and brave sword, even though I don't really have like a good sword user. Tricky, the odds were less than 1 in 1,000 to get crit because of the low true hit and then the 1% critical. Good to know. Okay, am I just going crazy, or do they not sell those tomes anymore? I know they sell them somewhere. Here they are.
What can I
Goodness.
fix you with?
I want a waste tome, Excalibur, and Thoron. I don't need Bolgadon tomes, I just need Excalibur and Thoron tomes. Just spent all of the money we just made. Mount Prism and Conqueror's Whetstone. What's this one over here? This is Mount Prism. Okay, this is the one I need to remember. It's all the way on the right-hand side. That's easy to remember. Alright, now my inventory is like so much easier to manage. If I'm gonna grind my other units, I will do it off stream. I'm not just gonna make you guys sit here and watch me play Golden Gaff over and over again. So let's look at Smash Brethren 3. This is where you can get Lyn, and you can also get Iote's Shield. Iote's Shield it's actually not an item in this game, it's actually a skill, so you do have to use a skill slot for it. But what it does is, I don't think it removes all weaknesses, I think it only specifically removes the weakness from flyers. Oh, by the way, I was a little bit worried that there was going to be some lag on today's stream because my internet started crapping out again. There was not a storm, but it was like really windy like a couple days ago, and ever since then my internet's been acting really slow again. Remember how it was really bad for like 2 months and then I finally fixed it? Well, guess what? It was working for like a week, and then like one windy day, and now suddenly it's like not working again. Alright, so I think, yeah, so here we go. This is much better. You get rid of the green units, and now I have my own units that I can rely on. Oh my god, yes, please. Please. There's more enemies to fight, but now like all of my units are together in the center, which is going to allow me to actually like play the game in the way that it's meant to be played. Get rid of Erica. We definitely want Olivia. I think actually just adding Olivia to the team gets us all the characters that we want to bring with us. Yeah, this should be everybody. Alright, we have to re-equip everyone now. I'm gonna start by giving rescue staffs to all of my rescue staff users. Man, I feel like when the number my number of staff users keeps going down. I don't know how this keeps happening. 1 to you. 1 to you. And in fact, let's just give them both a physic and a heal as well while we're here. She doesn't need mend as much. Well, she doesn't have heal touch for some reason. So she probably needs mend. And then we'll just give her one of the expensive tomes we just bought. In fact, she can only use C-rank tomes. But that's fine. We'll give her Arc Thunder. Well, let's see if we have a rare C-rank tome. I don't want her to have the Celica's Gale. I want someone else to have it. So yeah, okay, we'll give her Arc Thunder. That's fine. And then we'll equip Owain as well. He actually still is on E-rank tomes for some reason. Need to train this kid. What has he been using? Just a regular fire tome? Okay, sure. I guess we give him... Honestly, we'll just give him the other rescue staff just in case he needs to use it a bunch. No, because we need to give that to Cynthia. Alright, we'll just give him a med staff too then. Okay, we want her to have a beast killer. We need a brave lance. Silver lance. We need javelins. Oh, we actually don't have any javelins. I should have bought javelins. I really don't want to go back to the map just to buy javelins right now. Alright, just give her the short spear, I guess. Alright, hold on. We want her to have good weapons. Brave bow. Longbow. She's not going to need Ufel. Silver bow. Steel bow. Bronze bow. She doesn't need a bronze bow. We'll just give her the iron bow. Alright. Crom, we'll do him next. Brave bow on him's not as important. Longbow is still important for him though. Ufel is probably more important for him. No, probably for Noir actually. We'll give him the Innis bow, silver bow, and then a bronze and iron bow. Bronze and steel bow. Okay, Noir. Actually, Cromp feels like the slowest. But he's gonna get a pretty big boost from Sumia. That's fine. Give her Ufel. The other longbow, the other brave bow, silver bow, and then an iron bow for spamming. Duke Nuka, she's from the mage class, that's why she doesn't have heal touch. Well, the interesting thing is, yeah, as Snow Warning is talking about, she actually doesn't have mage in her class set, but she starts with mage skills. So she's like a weird free hybrid unit, I guess. She's sort of like a Gen 2 unit if you think about it. Like, this basically implies that she inherited Magic +2 and Focus from her parent. But then she also, like, started in the Sage class with no other skills, which is weird. It probably has something... You know what? It has to do with the amnesia thing. It probably has to do with the amnesia thing. That's the most likely explanation. Longview's gonna need some bows, but I just gave all of them away, didn't I? Got one more silver bow for him. I mean, that's probably fine. I'll give him a brave sword. Silver sword. Steel sword. Anything else that's like unique? Balmung. I could see him actually needing that at some point. Because no, he doesn't really give him any speed. So if he needs a little bit of extra speed, he can use Bob Bung for that. Okay, we're getting close. We got a couple characters left to equip. Let me do some of my primary combat units. So you're mostly an axe user. You want a hand axe, a brave axe, a silver axe. Silver sword. I see Selef's blade being useful again. He doesn't have like a way to boost his speed. So he actually wants something that can boost his speed. Alright, for her, we're definitely only going to be giving her like the best tomes. The highest ranked tomes. I'm not going to use Meyer yet. I'm going to save that for later. Goetia. That's probably going to be my hardest hitting attack if I absolutely need to like destroy something. I'll bring a Ruin Tome, Nosferatu. I'm not going to bring Flux. Instead, I'm going to bring Rex Calibur. Yeah, Rex Calibur is better than Flux. And then Thoron. Okay. Olivia doesn't need anything. Morgan needs some serious help. Nosferatu. We'll give her the Forged Flux Tome. And then she's in C rank still, so we'll give her Arc Wind, Arc Thunder, and I guess Arc Fire for now. It's just a placeholder anyway. Okay. Now is going to be very unimportant. We'll just give her whatever's left over at the end. In fact, hold on a second. There's only a couple of things she can equip, which is this bronze sword, this iron sword, and that is it. How am I going to level her up? I'm probably going to have to level her up off stream with grinding. Alright, Sebra wants a silver sword. Armor Slayer. Bronze Lance. Can she use the Beast Killer yet? She can. She wants a Beast Killer. Although I feel like Sumia also wants a Beast Killer, and I don't have that many. I wonder if there's a shop where you can buy Beast Killers. There probably is. I just don't know which one it is. Silver Lance. I kind of want to give her a Brave Lance. It actually makes a lot of sense. We'll let her use the Spear. And then the best tomes she can equip, which is going to be Thoron and Rex Calibur. Okay, looking good. It looks like we just have Noe left to do now. Okay. Silver Axe. Give her the other Brave Axe. Hand Axe. Hammer. And then I guess I'll just give her the Ephraim's Pike. It's either that or a Steel Lance. Or a Killer Lance. Do I have a Killer Lance she can have? I'll give her the Killer Lance. Alright. Amazing time. Doing preparations. We actually get to send a pretty big squad into battle this time. We don't have any annoying green units in the way. I'm not going to be tilted, so I can actually play a lot better, and also our units are in a better position that's going to allow us to actually execute our game plan that we want to execute. All in all, I feel pretty good about this. Good morning. Naive Skitty, you like how sometimes available classes and skills are there for a reason, and in other cases, it's just whatever. Yeah, I feel like that one is definitely a story reason. It has to do with it, the amnesia thing. Snow Warning says that they think it has to do with her becoming a pacifist. That could be it too, yeah. It's interesting to explore which parts of the class stats make sense from lore or from gameplay. Yeah, we're doing Lucina Sniper now because I want a Gale Force Longbow user, which we now have. Alright, so the probably a big priority is going to be clearing these rooms on the left and right side. I think I actually want to focus on one side first, and then switch over to the other side. So what I want to do is this. How do we open these doors? Do we actually need to bring a lock touch unit to open these doors? Please don't tell me we have to use lock touch. Is that what's happening here? Or are the doors gonna open on their own? The chapter where you recruit Walhart sells beast killers. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense because when you're playing the Volum arc, there's actually a lot of enemies with beast killers. So it makes sense that they would have like a shop there that sells them because there's probably like a forge there where they make a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't know how these doors are gonna operate. I don't. It's been so long since I've ever played this chapter because I don't normally do DLC stuff. I'm basically just doing it like for the case of showcasing it on stream. Does anyone know how these doors work? I guess I can look it up. We spent 30 minutes doing prep already. Might as well spend another 5 minutes. List of chapters, please. Smash Brethren 3. Alright, tell me how these doors work. At the start of certain turns, one or more doors to the rooms will open automatically. Okay. So the doors just open on set turns. So in that case, let's start by focusing on the units on the bottom then. So instead, we want our characters down here. Our attackers, we want our attackers down here. On queue with you. Sniper here with you. In fact, you can just go over here, it doesn't really matter. This is good enough. And we can potentially set up like an enemy phase with Robin and Saria on either the left or the right hand side. Alright, let's get into it. All of our soldiers are in position. You're wondering why Cordelia has the Plegian Dark Mage in her class tree? She's a secret agent. She's a defector. She went down a dark path after Crom married someone else. It's to make her a jack of all trades. Yeah. I guess that one's probably more gameplay than story, but I guess you could kind of take it either way too. First, I want to see if Saria can actually handle everything on the right-hand side. Let's check that first. They are going to have no offensive skills, and they're going to deal 57 plus 60 plus 45 plus 40 damage. They are going to deal 202 damage, which sounds like a lot, but she's going to reduce that by quite a bit. She is going to reduce that down to 90 damage. With Nosferatu healing, she should be fine, especially with Robin supporting her. Although if I'm having... I think I'll be fine. Let's do it this way though, just in case. No dual strikes, that way we always get the Nosferatu healer. Can we fly over there? Can we actually fly over there or not? That's a good question. You can just barely reach, and of course it's an enemy with a bow. You actually take the hit. one dual strike. So I don't care about the bow because it doesn't deal that much damage to me. But one dual strike is not enough to guarantee the kill there. So I'd rather have them focus their attacks on someone they can kill with more reliability. Like, this is much better. Yeah. Okay, what about this pair? Oh, you know what I can do? I can actually jump back here and then hit a rally move. Epic. Man, she still just barely reaches. That's unbelievable. I have a feeling we're not going to have the firepower to get through this general. Oh, that's the wrong sniper too, by the way. Oh my god, what am I doing? What in the world am I doing? Hey, have you ever considered wasting the action of your best Gale Force attacker? You should try it sometime. It's really fun. Just, where can these two go? Can I take out this guy? I think I actually can. Hammer. Yeah, this one does not have the other, the skill, Conquest. Was that lethality? I looked away for a second, I heard the sound. I always get excited about lethality procs. If I miss that, I'm gonna be sad. Now we rescue him back to safety. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. Here. Now Olivia dances for you. Now you can go deep into enemy territory and hit whoever you want. I have to have Lucina attack first. So one thing about switching Lucina over to Sniper means that I generally need to have her attack first. I don't want to fish for dual strikes here. I'm gonna have to. Nice. Because then I can have Cynthia go second, and then Cynthia can run further away, which is kind of important for her to be able to do when you're doing hit and run tactics. There you go. Hello Ash, welcome to the stream. You just joined, you just looked at the poll. What makes Cordelia a really good bride? Snow Warning says it's because she's beautiful and virtuous. It was a style point. Oh, sorry, that's an unrelated thing, but yeah. For me specifically, when I made the poll, I thought people were just going to vote based on like looks and personality. I was actually so surprised that so many people have taken it like as a gameplay thing. But it's kind of cool how everyone thinks differently. Like two people can look at the same exact thing and come to different conclusions, which is so interesting. I can probably enemy phase that peg with somebody, but I don't see who I could do it with anymore because I've wasted all my actions already. So let's go this way instead. Alright. Is there a way to get this guy, perhaps? Actually, he would be easier to player phase anyway. So maybe we would on enemy phase this one. Oh, it's Braum. Oh, this is pretty good, actually. Yeah, this gives us a chance to fish without, like, needing to take a risky, like, attempted Gale Force action. Instead, we just get, like, if we kill him, we kill him. If we don't, we don't. Either way is fine. Also, we can do this. So yeah, like, if we fail to kill this guy, we can just pick up the kill next turn, and then if we succeed, then great, and we just got rid of him. As opposed to like us trying to do that on player phase. Disagree. Oh, I see what happened. They don't attack until the door's open. Okay. I thought the door opened and then they were about to attack me, which is like not what the chapter guide said at all was going to happen. But instead what happens is they actually don't attack you, and then the door opens, which is weird because they could easily attack over the wall, but they just chose not to. Okay. That completely changes how we're going to have to play this. Not really, because we're still out of Percival's range if we stand here. So we just do the same thing, but we just have to make sure we don't leave anyone else in Percival's range. And next turn, the door that is going... This is actually, in my opinion, this is actually easier than the previous chapter, because the doors open one at a time. The next turn, this door is going to open, so we need to be ready for that next turn. This group over here, but let's just finish cleaning up this group that we can actually see right now. I would love for Long Ku to get rid of this guy, the Black Knight. Let's go lethality. Yes. Yes. God, I love to see it. I love lethality. It's so cool. It's epic. I'm gonna say it. It's epic. If we can get their health low enough, Nog can technically kill them. She can't actually fight them safely though. This one we can't fight. They're too fast. How much speed do we have and how much speed do we need? We have 28 speed. We actually only need a little bit more speed. If we start pairing up with Severa, we can actually get some good bonuses. Like this. We get one shot though. That's a little bit of a that's a little bit of a problem, I would say. If we do this though, if the enemy survives, then Na might be able to pick up the kill, and then if not, oh well, we tried. I do like getting experience for Noir. I have to be careful about this group because they can get all the way out here. Yeah, I have to make sure that I don't stay in their range. Cool. I mean, I need to grind Tome rank. I can't do it when I'm dealing 0 damage. He has a good magic stat too, it's just the enemies have cracked resistance. Wait, does the Fire Tome really only have 2 might? That's disgusting. I'm gonna forge him a super E rank tome to help him train. He needs more damage. Technically, I think I could snipe someone with the longbow here, like Jafar. I want this group to end their turn on the left-hand side, so I'm gonna do this. I survived Vengeance. Perfect. If I need them to kill anything else, I will. But if not, I'll just keep them around here. Luna, you'll take 52 at most, you're fine. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about things like Brady's Tome rank, or just like not getting any amount of experience. It seems like I need to. It seems like I just need to. Oh, why did I do that? By the way, I specifically wanted them on the left-hand side. It seems like what am I trying to say here? It seems like I'm gonna have to do some off-stream grinding. That's all I was trying to say. It's not that hard. Just get the words out. What if you just pair up with Owain, just to give him extra magic so he can actually deal damage? That's a good idea. Alright, let's try this again. Wow. Didn't get the dual strike there. Oh, that's right. I unequipped Robin. That's why I'm not getting the dual strikes. That makes a lot more sense. Don't be a fool. We didn't even need Nosferatu. We took no damage. What do we take? Like some minor chip damage? Alright, we have to do something about Percival and basically all of these characters as well. I guess maybe it's a good thing that Lucina ended up over here. Alright, next turn is going to be the southeastern door. We don't really need to worry about that anytime soon. We could intentionally go over there so that we're ready. And maybe I will send Lucina in that direction. So like you here, Cynthia here, and then we fly over to the south side of the map, so we're ready next turn. We're ready for that group next turn. Let me make sure that, sorry, I can kill this guy. The answer seems to be a heart, maybe. Let's use the Ruin Tome just for fun. And we can re-equip you as well. There is no reason for you to be unequipped. Honestly, the Ruin Tome's kind of expensive, especially if you just want to use it for fun, but man, is it fun. Look at that, 93 damage. Dude, there's nothing stronger than crit builds in this game. Alright, now we're ready to jump in there and start killing these guys as soon as the door opens. And then we're going to have you guys do the same thing over here. We're going to soften up this group. I don't love that. I don't love that either. What about... Man, that's pretty scary too. Pretty much all of them are extremely scary. Maybe Florina we can take on. Yeah, Florina for sure we can take. So we would do something like this. Yeah, this is fine. There you go. And we can even use the longbow here. I'm less worried about longbows now. We have a good amount of them stockpiled. Something like this. Oh, I didn't need to use a longbow there. I could have just used a regular bow. What am I doing? I was thinking we'd be using the longbow against Nergal, and then I just ended up attacking Jafar with the longbow, which serves no purpose at all. Now we just pull them back out. We can dance for them so that Sumi is back in the lead. Alright, technically, anyone who can take this Killing Edge hit should be able to finish off Nergal. Or sorry, Jafar. So let's see who can actually take it. Definitely not you. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to mess around with him. Let's just calm down and prepare to just do things the right way next turn. Anyone else need healing? Yes, you do. And then we can put Sumia back in the lead now too. Alright, don't be a fool, don't waste any more longbow charges. Use them if you need to, but don't waste them for no reason. Perfect. You think Na is lacking a strong friend or partner to pair up with? Who did we say we were going to pair her with? We had somebody in mind that we wanted to pair her with. It was Owain, right? Yeah, we want to pair her with Owain. But it's just neither one of them is in the right class to do it yet. If I can like trap an enemy archer at some point, like for example like this sniper here, if I could trap him in the corner, at some point I could use Na to train him. But again, I'm probably just going to train her off screen anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's a bit misandristic to call the counterpoint to the bride class Dread Fighter instead of Groom. What does the game want to tell us about marriage as a social institution? I think it's probably not trying to tell us anything. I think it's just a video game. Wasn't this door supposed to open? I guess not. Oh, it doesn't open until turn 5. I was totally rushing when I didn't need to at all. Alright, well, let's just do this then. Alright, so... Noir here. I think with a strength pair up she can get this kill. Oh, here we go. Severa. Oh my god, we did it. We got now a kill. Epic. Dude, that was like a full level. What I want to do is put her through Swordmaster to get Sword Fair, and then switch her over to Trickster after that. I'm a little scared of using Owain to fight because I might need to use him to rescue. So let's hold off on that. We're not fast enough. Well, that's... I mean, Lynn's pretty fast. This is a Brave Bow moment, I think. We just gotta get rid of Lynn. It didn't matter, we crit anyway, but you just don't know that's gonna happen, so you can't really plan for it. Alright, Bolganon and Goetia. I think I want to enemy phase Nergal. And I probably want to do it with Sumia anyway. Yeah, so let's do this. Look at that. Now he has to attack us, so he has to attack us, so he won't get any vengeance damage. He won't get any bonus damage from vengeance. I think if Owain can fight him safely, we'll use Owain instead. Owain doesn't want to take that crit though. She can definitely fight him safely. Let's just use Thoron here, or in fact, even let's just use Rexcalibur. That's pretty pathetic damage. But on the other hand, we'll just fish for dual strikes. Well, no, because we don't have to deal with vengeance damage next turn, so let's use the spear as our highest damage option. Alright. You two get over here. We're gonna need you next turn. I probably should have used Olivia for repositioning them. It's fine. Oh, we can rally magic though to get more damage. Yeah, so he has to attack us, so he can't get any extra vengeance damage. Then we fish for dual strikes. Oh, we had exact lethal there. That was cool. In the grinding context, Cordelia has the best tools for an offensive bride with Lance Fair, good breakers, and good bow combat. She really only lacks bow fair. Yeah, that might be true. I'm not sure. I don't usually think that much about the DLC stuff just because I don't normally use it. But it is fun though. I'm definitely having fun playing through these chapters. I'm a little scared of Erica. I can't rely on Gale Force for attacking characters who have Miracle. So instead I'm going to use Lonku to get rid of Erica. Or Noe. Noe cannot one-shot her, so we'll just use Lonku. If we get crit, it doesn't matter, we still survive. Beautiful. Every time I've been worried about Miracle, we just got dual strikes anyway. Now we can rescue them back to safety. You're gonna come over here, you're gonna rally move for them. Owain is gonna heal you. Finally, I'm calling him Owain instead of Brady. Oh, there we go. Okay, oh, pair up. And now we can probably grab 2 kills here. I'm gonna fish for beast killer attacks. Nice. That Aegis proc could have saved him and screwed up my entire plan. But it didn't. Okay, if I do this, I can kill him and then run to safety. I don't want to deal with a killer axe. I don't necessarily want to deal with Goetia, although Enemy phase Goetia is probably the best way to deal with it. Lucina can take him too. Let's do that. You can't run around the corner, can you? No. So we're gonna go over here. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let Robin do it, because Robin hasn't been getting as much fighting as they need. I've already talked about how Robin needs experience. So let's do this. We can even rally speed for him. And if Robin doesn't kill, we can give the kill to Na. Alright, which door is going to open next? Okay, at this point it doesn't really matter, I'll just adapt to whichever door opens. There you go. Beautiful dual strikes. Top left, okay, it's going to be a while before we can deal with that group. Let me see if the bottom left is the next one. Actually, the next turn there's no door. And then after that, both of these doors are going to open on the same turn. So we're gonna have a free turn to relax, but then the turn after that, both of these doors are going to open. And then the turn after that, the boss door opens. I think we're fine. I don't think we're really at any risk here. It's just a matter of actually doing it. Cordelia has vengeance, that's true. You'd probably use Bride more if you allowed other DLC when you do Apotheosis, really? So like I mentioned earlier, my big thing about it is that you're lacking in like stat caps. Like Bride has pretty low stat caps compared to your other endgame classes. So I'm kind of curious how you play around that. Like how do you deal with the fact that you just don't have like the stats that you need? Or how would you plan to use Bride? If your characters are gonna have like 10 less in every stat. It feels very limiting to me. Who do I want to give this to? I mean, honestly, this is fine. Yeah, she's finally starting to become pretty strong. Miss and to crit is always fun. Alright, so we're actually going to have a turn off here, but then after that there's going to be a lot of pressure because a lot of doors are going to open at the same time. I think what I want to do is get this group over here and get them ready to just start killing everything in this room as soon as the door opens. I think that's what we have to do. I think we have to kill everything in this room as soon as the door opens. And then we can turn back around and start dealing with the other groups. That feels smart. The doors did not open. Okay, that is very surprising to me. I don't know why the doors did not open. But we can do this. This actually works to our advantage. I don't necessarily want to deal with a ruined tome. I can take it though. Sometimes the DLCs are a godsend. Libra has so few options that Dread Fighter is really nice for him. He has... Hold on a second. Libra has few options? What are you talking about? Yeah, Libra has Sage, War Cleric, Dark Knight, and Sorcerer. Those are all pretty good. I mean, Dread Fighter obviously helps. There's no reason why you wouldn't want Dread Fighter as well if you could also get Dread Fighter, but I don't really think of him as a character who has few options. It's like a regular amount, I guess. 4 is like, it's like on the lower end of average. Alright, let's try this again. Doors, please open this time. Okay, so what we want to do is clear out all of these characters, or at the very least clear enough of them that we can leave one person blocking this tile. $27 times 2, is that enough? That's 54. I'd have to get a dual strike, but we're pretty likely to get one. Who else would I go for? Oh god, he has a Brave Lance equipped. I can take 50 damage, but I don't have a Beast Killer, so I want you here. Can you take the damage? Yeah, you can take the damage. 2 Beast Killer shots will... Oh, hold on a second. He has Luna. He has Luna. Do not attempt. Do this. You need a sniper for this. I talk about this all the time about how snipers or archers, archers in general, but snipers especially, become better as you increase the difficulty of the game. That's a really good example of that. Like, how are you going to deal with a guy who has a Brave Lance? You have to use a 2-range weapon. And on Lunatic, that means you can use like tomes or bows. But when you get to, like I said, when you increase the difficulty, bows become better. And the reason is because when you get to Lunatic Plus, then you have to worry about things like counter. And if you're worrying about enemies with counter, you would rather have specifically a 2-range weapon, not a 1 to 2 range weapon. Because if you do 1 to 2 range, that just opens you up to getting hit with counter damage. Okay. I think Saria can take this guy. Sorry, it's a girl again. It's Amelia. Why not? Well, I mean, it's just whenever I see a generic general, I always think that it's a male character. I guess that's a little bit sexist. I just realized I haven't taken any breaks yet today. It's okay though. We're not gonna do a this is gonna be another like not super long stream, so at a certain point I'm probably just gonna have to call it anyway. Alright, who's left? Bolganon, Bolt Axe. I'd really like for maybe Lonku to deal with the Bolt Axe. No, he can't do it, but I'm sure Lonku can. Yeah, Lonku can take her. So we do that. Dodge tanking on Lunatic. Alright, now these two have both already attacked, so I'd rather use your attack for this, if possible, which is very possible. I probably need to buy more spears at a certain point. Okay, we have a lot of actions available. 61 damage. We need someone who can take 61 damage. Minus like half of their resistance, which is definitely you. You can take it. Will you get doubled? No. I'm gonna let you enemy face here. The only downside is that you're the one who has rally magic and rally res, and what you need is someone to rally your magic and rally your resistance, but yeah, it's fine. Is there any way we can get is there any way we can get Robin over here? No. I mean, we could do this. It's like the sum of Na's contributions. Pairing up with other characters and giving them actions. This gives us the benefit of solidarity, though, which is quite nice to have. Alright, you two over here. You here. not going to kill here, but we're going to deal some damage, get some chip experience, get some tome rank, which is very important. Now the boss doors are open. Now things are going to get a little bit scary, but not that bad, because we've already cleared out all the other enemies. Oh, I should have put Noe in front. It's fine. Like I said, whenever I'm playing in like a low stakes mode like this, I tend to just care a lot less and make a lot more mistakes. Go for this. Denso. Now this is a little bit scary. I almost want to use a longbow maybe, but I don't really need to. I can just have you attack again for one thing. Now this does mean I have to be careful. I'm not gonna have Owain's rescue available. Can Robin pick up this kill? Yes, in fact I can do it without taking any damage. That's great. Sniper is an underrated class. I think I think Sniper was never really valued that highly until I started making my guides and I started talking about it, but maybe I'm wrong. There could be, I mean, I'm not saying there was never a single person who ever like realized that Sniper was good, but in terms of like widespread, like I honestly, even widespread, like my channel's not even that big yet. So, but I do think that, I guess what I would say is I think my guides have helped spread awareness about Sniper being like as good as it actually is, which is something that often gets overlooked. I could reach this guy if I rally move. Nope, apparently I can't. Okay, apparently counting is very difficult. We'll be fine, we'll just deal with them all next turn. Depends on the difficulty. Lunatic Plus is where Sniper shines the most, for sure. Or just any kind of challenge runs, really. I'm working on another challenge run right now. And I'm definitely going to be using archers for that. And it wouldn't even be possible on Lunatic Plus, so. Anything below Lunatic Plus is just Soul and Nosferatu tanking. I mean, if the thing is, like, that's a decision. Like, you can decide to do that, or you can decide not to do that. Nobody's forcing you to do that. So if, like, I don't understand why people do that and then complain about it. Like, why would you do that? And then, like, you can either do it or you can complain about it. You can't do it and then also complain about it. It just makes no sense at all. It would be like jumping off a cliff and then being like, oh man, I really hate falling off cliffs. Like, yeah, no duh. I just don't like, I don't like the whole discussion about how people think that, like, I don't know. People thinking that, like, Awakening is, like, badly designed, like, because they are specifically choosing to play it in a way that makes the game less fun for them. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Alright, we need to start actually using our actions more intelligently. You first. Don't want to deal with this stupid brave sword. Archers tend to be bad due to low bases and being sitting ducks in enemy phase. Only if you just don't think at all. If you don't use your brain at all, and the only thing you want to do is just hit the end turn button over and over again, while one character kills every enemy on the map, then yes, archers are bad. If you want to actually use strategy, then archers are extremely good because they provide you some of the most valuable tools in the game. Like the ability to attack things without getting countered, or dealing counter damage to yourself, and access to the longbow, which is pretty much the only safe way to play around certain enemies that spawn in endgame in Lunatic Plus. Hello, Sir Winston the Fourth. You thought that was funny? Honestly, I'm I'm pretty funny sometimes. Alright, this is fine. Is extra speed gonna help me double? It actually would. Where's my partner? So if I do this, I can actually kill here, or at least soften them up if Miracle procs. Yep, there it goes. Ooh, nice dual strike. TVP, welcome to the stream. You hope everything's going well. Oh yeah, I'm doing great. Other than the fact that I hate winter and it's like the worst season that was ever invented. Other than that, I'm doing really good though. I'm doing really good. I was actually just thinking about this the other day. I think this has been a really, really great year for me, which is, it feels really weird to say that because it's like certain things that have happened which like were not that great, but like as a whole, like if I look at the year as a whole, this has been a really good year for me. Do I have any plans for the child units I haven't recruited yet? Yes. I think what I'm going to do is grind them off stream, just so you guys don't have to watch me do like playing through exponential growth a bunch of like 50 times in a row on stream. And then I'll just use them like to do like some of the other post-game content so that I have more interesting characters and more interesting builds, and I'm not stuck using the team that I cobbled together to do like a regular no grind playthrough, because in my opinion those are just two separate things. Like a no grind playthrough and like a post game like team are just two different teams, and you just have to play them differently. Yeah, positioning matters a lot more than people think. The dislike for Nos tanking is probably down to having to choose between playing optimally and having the game pose a challenge while still on lower difficulties. I don't know, I just personally don't understand it. I just don't understand it. You can't choose to do something and then complain about it. It just doesn't make, it genuinely just makes no sense to me whatsoever. It would be different if the game forced you to do it. Like if the game forced you to do it, then yes, I would understand people complaining about it. But that's just not how it works. It's literally people choosing to do it and then choosing to complain about the fact that they don't like the fact that they chose to do it. Which is just silly. I need your help, please. Nice. Can I get Locke over here? Honestly, what I really like probably is to have Locke over here. No, I don't want him to deal with a Brave Lance. That's insane. Is that Ephraim? No, that's Joffrey. I don't even know who Joffrey is. He's probably from one of the games I haven't played. Alright, in that case, just go here. Hold on a second. Go here. Dude, I love Longku, by the way. He's so good. I feel like I could just keep using Longku. People talk about how like Vake is so good you can even use him in post-game teams. I feel like Longku is really good too. He does have weaknesses, like he has more pronounced strengths and more pronounced weaknesses compared to Longku, but in sometimes that can actually be a good thing. Actually here would be better. Like sometimes having pronounced strengths and weaknesses can actually be better. I'm not necessarily saying that's the case, I'm just saying like the fact that he has more pronounced weaknesses is why people tend to underrate him a little bit. But I think his very pronounced strengths can very much be used to your advantage, as we're seeing here. Because he's just so good at killing things on enemy phase. Even in spite of the fact that his strength is like not that great, but he's just really good at killing things. And from a safe position too. If he had sniper, he would be fantastic. His build would pretty much be complete if he had sniper. But pretty much every Generation 1 character is missing something from their kit. Alright. Oh, I got the hiccups again, sorry. I think what I want to do is... Lucina here. Oh, beautiful. I'm not going to be able to fight Titania safely under any conditions, so let me just do this. And then I'll rescue you. I'm getting rid of all of the high move enemies so we don't get overwhelmed on enemy phase. And then once we jump back to player phase, we'll be kind of like relatively safe. So I do need to get rid of you with someone who can Gale Force away. The question is, what is Sumia's best option? Like, what is her best choice for something to do? Probably deal with a Swordmaster, honestly. Maybe the Falcon Knight. Yeah, this feels good. Because she has a really high chance to get dual strikes. And then that gives us some safe territory on the left. Okay, so we want you to get rid of this character here. I'd like it if we can get something going like this. Yeah, this is good. This is pretty close to guaranteed. In fact, yeah, this should be a guaranteed kill, even without that crit. Crit didn't matter, but it is always stylish. Alright, now we can look at potential enemy phase options. So first of all, pull these two back. And we're gonna dance for them. Okay, next up, we've got Lucia. I don't really like dealing with Astra on enemy phase unless I'm like sure about the kind of damage it's gonna do. It looks like Valencia has the widest attack range, and Soren. Can we take an Arc Wind though is the question. Pretty well, yeah, in fact, pretty well. So let's go here. I have to be careful though, because no, we're fine. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Yeah, this is fine. I don't want to waste short spears. Can you take it? I wonder. 42 damage. Yeah, you'll be fine. Soren's actually they actually made Soren kind of weak. So go like this. Perfect. And then we're gonna look at over here. We're gonna see if we can pull Lincia this way. I gotta be careful I don't get doubled here. 38 speed. We'll be fine. I have to be careful I don't know exactly how far she's gonna reach when I move out of the way. Alright. Almost done. Perfect. And if we didn't get that dual strike, it would just set up a kill for one of our Gale Force units next turn. Alright, so we got 3 enemies to kill. Ike is going to be a menace. The good thing... Well, hold on a second. Ragnar has 1 to 2 range, doesn't it? I'm fairly sure that it does. Yeah, it does. Okay, we have to be very careful about Ragnar, but we can use... I don't really want to use a longbow for this. But he has... The problem is he has Soul and Aether. So he's very likely to heal off the damage unless we can... Like, it would be very hard to prevent him from healing off the damage that we deal to him. We'll be careful, don't do that. Probably the smartest thing to do would be something like this. I think even if we get hit with Aether, we're going to be fine. And we're going to deal a ton of damage to him. I could use the Ruin Tome as well, but I don't like the low hit rate. Yeah, we'll use Rexcalibur here. I think this is fine. He didn't even get it. If he got Aether there, we would have been fine, though. I'm pretty sure we would have been fine. Let's see, I can actually map it out right now. We took 21 damage, so we would have taken... 39 damage, yeah, we would have been fine. A little bit of napkin math there, but it's close enough. We would have taken like somewhere between like 38 and like 40 something damage, but like not like 40. We would not have taken 48 damage. It would have been like around 40 damage. Is there any way you pick up this kill or deal any damage safely without getting destroyed in the process? Probably not. Interesting possibility here, though. If we don't get the crit, we can deal 30 damage and then potentially set her up. Yes, in fact, we can actually pick up this kill now with Na. Epic. Boom. Now we can turn her into a Swordmaster if we want to. Although it's tough because she's still gaining really good experience, so it'd probably be better to level her. Now we just have to kill Mia. Considering she's at her caps already, we should probably be training Lucina more. So let's do this. Plus we want Lucina to get bow fair as soon as possible. And more speed as soon as possible. What am I going to have? Am I going to have... Oh, sorry, wait. Are you going to have Morgan and Owain as support? Yes. I'm doing Owain Sorcerer with Morgan Trickster as the pair up. Yeah, no, we don't need to use the longbow here because we just have Saria. She really, really impressed me over the course of this run. I've always had a pretty high opinion of her, but I typically used her as a support unit. With this run, I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to rotate her into the lead and use her like as more of our lead unit, and she like never really failed to disappoint. I think it also really shows the strength of Hero as a pair-up class, because you can get speed and defense, which is like most classes like just want a little bit of extra speed and defense. That's why Hero and Paladin are both really good, because they give speed and defense. Hey Na, what are you up to? Judging from the book in my hands, I'd say it's rather obvious. Yeah, well there's a whole stack of books next to you too. Are you planning to read them all?
Yay.
There were hardly any books in the future we came from. It's nice to have this much variety. Yeah, I guess, but reading seems kinda, I don't know, old and boring? I mean, in Manakete years, you're still pretty young, right?
Oh,
I don't understand. What do you think I should do instead? Play? Have fun? Run around in circles?
so...
Owain, you do realize we're at war, right? This isn't the time for games. Well, it seems like you're trying to grow up too fast.
Trust me.
Alright, fine. You think up a game and maybe I'll play it. Fine then, maybe I will. Good, you do that. You know where to find me. Epic. Their romance is finally starting to blossom. Yeah, we could promote her to Swordmaster right now, considering her skill and speed are already both capped, too. It actually might be worth it. I was going to let her gain a few more levels, but now that I'm seeing that her skill and her speed are already capped, it might be better to just promote now. I don't know, I'm gonna grind her off stream anyway, so I might as well just get the extra 10 levels, or even just a few extra levels in Myrmidon, just for the extra stats. So, theoretically, let's see, what was the title of this stream again? I don't remember. Something to deal with, Limit Breaker, right. So theoretically, we would do DLC, downloadable content, North America. So next up would be Rogues and Redeemers 3, where you can get Limit Breaker. It says it'll be even harder than the chapter we just did, though. And I've already been streaming for how many hours today? Has it been more than 2 hours? It's already been more than 2 hours. And I have stuff to do again today. This is another weekend where I made plans for the weekend. So I don't want to stream for too long. It's kind of funny because anybody who's been subscribed to my channel for a really long time, like more than 2 years, you might remember that I used to only stream like for around an hour on average. And like once it started to get close to 2 hours, I would pretty much always end the stream. But then over time, I started to stream more and more. Now I would say my average time is like 2 to 3 hours, which is still not very long, like compared to most people, like, or professional streamers, I would say. Like professional streamers usually stream for like 6 to 8 hours, and they'll do it like 5 days a week. It's crazy. I'll stream, like I've got my stream time, my average stream time up to like 2 to 3 hours just for like a typical stream. And I have plenty of like 4 to 5 hour streams too. And sometimes I've even streamed for longer than that. Naive Skitty, you think axes are the least reliable weapon? I think axes are actually the best weapon in Awakening. Well, best of the melee weapons. I think bows, tomes, and stabs are at the top. Then below that you have axes, and then below that you have lances and swords. In fact, swords are kind of like the very bottom. But I don't know, I kind of go back and forth on that, because the fact that swords actually counter axes kind of like prevents them from being on the bottom, because axes are good. So being able to counter something that's really good kind of makes you good by extension. But I do think it's like bows, tomes, and stabs at the top, and then like axes in the middle, and then lances and swords below that. I should have not attacked one more time. Yeah, I mean, if I just attacked one more time and got like a free level up, obviously that would be fine. The enemies in exponential growth usually give like 90 experience though. So if I'm going to do that, I would probably just level her up to 20 anyway. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do Limit Breaker today. I'll take it out of the title for the stream. That way when people look at the archive, they won't get confused. I might even just try to take like a long nap and then wake up and get ready. It looks like the poll ended up being pretty decisive, because if one option gets 35%, when there's 4 options, that's pretty good. No. Alright, so I think the stream title should be updated now. Yeah, Cordelia. It looks like people prefer Cordelia. Obviously, I voted for Saria. Actually, I don't think I'm allowed to vote. I don't think it lets me vote. We got 68 votes. Pretty good. I guess I'll just say thanks to everyone for coming to the stream, especially if you press the like button. But even if you were just lurking, or if you were chatting, it's so much appreciated. And as you can tell, I don't have much else to say. So, I'm gonna go. For now, enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, actually, there is one thing that I wanted to say. I just remembered. A lot of times, like when I get near the end of the stream, I start getting ready to like end the stream, and then like right after like I say like, you know, my last things and I'm just about to end the stream, suddenly a bunch of messages appear in chat with everybody saying like goodbye, but it's like right before I'm about to hit the end stream button. What I would recommend in the future is when I'm starting to end the chat, you can just like say goodbye a little bit early. That way I have time to actually see it and respond to it before I end the stream. Like for example, now I'm finally now seeing a flood of people saying it. So now I'm gonna say TVP, Naive Skitty, Duke Nuka-Cola, Chris Like AMV, Tricky2795, and Snow Warning. Thank you everybody for saying goodbye. And for now, enjoy the rest of your day.